Thank you for the introduction. So, as you said, integration and sustainability around API, it's something really important to manage today. When we talk about API management, we are talking most of the time about API gateway, but another component that is important in this kind of platform is also the API marketplace or API developer portal. So I will explain you what was the frame we put in place within L'Oréal and how digital for better with the Fruggr tool help us to be more sustainable in this way. So just quickly, so L'Oréal the first is number one in the beauty world. So we sell more than 7 billion products per year. We are present in a lot of countries, but whatever, it's important. But just to introduce the next topic. So as most of the companies, so we are doing digital transformation. We have more and more integration and data movement between our consumer, IoT, external partner, internal applications. We have more and more data exchange, and in the context of our API first program within L'Oréal, it was really important for us to be able to provide API eco-design and eco-design API, sorry. So within L'Oréal, we have one program named L'Oréal for the Future in order to decrease the environmental footprint. First, in our in our manufacturing and distribution center, okay, and we plan to be carbon neutral by 2030. But at the same time, so the digital part is going up very fast, and we are consuming more and more resources for the digital. So it was really important to do something. So the frame in L'Oréal to better design our API. So we work on 4 pillars. So the first one is the definition of eco-design and eco-consumption guidelines. So it's what we present with API thinking yesterday. The second pillar is the measure of this eco-performance scoring. So with the creation of the API eco-score labels, we'll say. The third pillar is the way to promote eco-design API through the portal. Okay, it will be the topic for today. And the last one is the creation of a lot of dashboards in order to give more insight to the people to improve their API. And of course, everything is in a continuous improvement. About what we have today in the portal. Okay, so we describe all the eco-design and eco-consumption guidelines through the portal. It's important because within L'Oréal, the portal is a central place for consumers of the API, but also for API owners and developers. So it was important for us to share all the principles in the API marketplace. So in the Getting Started section, we have a subdirectory named Sustainable Guides. And at the end, in the automation process during the publication and promotion of the API in our systems, we are sticking each API with the API eco-score. It's what you can see on the screen. So it's a little bit small, but you have the letter in order to incent people to improve the eco-score of their APIs. And we have also the one part dedicated for the dashboarding in order to follow the trends, but it's also embedded into the portal. It's important because we share the guideline into the portal, because we stick the API within the portal. It was important for us also to be sustainable in all the value chain, and in all the value chain means also to present eco-design score, eco-design principle in an eco-design web portal, API marketplace. And in order to do that, so we work with Digital for Better, and Benjamin will explain a little bit how Fruggr can help you to improve your developer portal.
Thank you. At Fruggr, we provide scores based on environmental, social, and sufficiency evaluation. It provides scores on 100 to be able to compare some domains that are very different, environmental, social, and so on. Here are some screenshots. We provide some recommendations to be able to reduce this impact very fast. Environmental is for energy and water consumption and carbon emissions. Social for inclusivity, service compatibility with devices, with browsers, and accessibility. We provide automated rules for accessibility to give us scores to the service. Then sufficiency is an evaluation of the content size and the design lightness, for example, usages. Then we can take the usages from analytics, from Google Analytics and so on, Piano Analytics and other one. It can provide the usages of the pages, and you can say this page can be deleted because no one never visited this page, so it's a waste. We analyze the service from a user point of view. It's analyzing front end and detecting technical stack from it. We don't insert a library in the code or anything. We scan it like as we were a user, a final user. We can detect hosting details from it, usage from analytics, I said, and code quality and privacy based on rules, and we can provide this. Then we provide optimizations, and at L'Oréal we aim to give some recommendations to the API portal. Why give some recommendation on an API portal? Because we think that at Fruggr we choose to scan the front end because we think that the waste is at the functional part. I mean, if you provide a dashboard to your user with a step of a minute, and your user only needs a step of a month or a year, you can make a significant resource saving by reducing the functional covering. Here we can provide some recommendations, some very simple but operable instantly recommendations, like resources weight reductions. It's basic, but it can do very, very big effort. Remove unused JavaScript. We can detect unused JavaScript directly. We can remove unused pages based on analytics. And then for social part, we can detect accessibility improvements and privacy recommendations. So Fruggr is built to be part of an incremental improvement process. So you have a first score, and then you incrementally improve your score, and we can change the rules, but not frequently, because the scores are used by management, so we have to take care of it. The score cannot be changed very frequently. So we provide rules, we provide consulting to help L'Oréal to improve that.
Benjamin, if I may, so maybe to give some example of what we do in L'Oréal on the portal based on this recommendation. You know, in the API marketplace, most of the time, different people, business, etc., are adding some content in the portal, documentation, pictures, etc. And what we do with the help of Fruggr in the recommendation, for example, one thing, the first action we do was to reduce the size of the image. Okay, so we had a lot of image in JPEG most of the time, having a huge impact in the environmental score, and we have decided to put into. So we are using a Drupal, a CMS Drupal for marketplace, and we have decided to add a module in Drupal in order to convert automatically all the picture, all the image loaded by the end user on the portal, and to convert this kind of format by a compressed format. So we use WebP, but it can be another format. But by doing that, we reduce a lot the size of the pages. And it's one of the examples. And we identify also maybe about accessibility. So we had a poor score in terms of accessibility because we miss some labels into the button of the portal. So it's just a few examples.
Yeah. Thank you. Just to make an opening on the tomorrow, we aim to work with L'Oréal on the API part, because for the moment we focused on the front end part, and to work with L'Oréal it's an opportunity to improve our recommendations on that part. By using Green API, we already use the Green Web Foundation API to detect if the server is hosting the service is using renewable energy or not. But we can provide tomorrow. We could use EcoWatt to postpone some very hard backend tasks. For example, when there is high demand on the electricity network, we could use the carbon footprint API from the clouders to detect the carbon emissions for a given account. We are working on the zero waste infrastructure to detect the usage, the real usage of the infrastructure, and we could work with API thinking and other initiatives based, for example, on Open API, to give guidelines and to automatically detect problems in the design of the API. So that's the subject we are working on, and I think with Laura in the future. And if you have questions, don't hesitate.
Thank you. Question in the room? We've got a mic, so. Yeah. Always.
Hello. I saw you had a global score at 65 and you expect to reach 70%, but on sobriety and social you had very good results, and on the environment market was not as good. Can you explain us why, please?
I think it's due to to the analytics. So maybe we have a lot of unused pages, if I remember well. So here the score, as explained by Benjamin. So the tool is introspecting all the pages, okay. Introspect also the code the tool is plugged to the repository where the code is. And we plug also the analytics. So in L'Oréal, we are using Google Analytics to do that. And they cross all the information in order to give the score. So if you don't plug the analytics, potentially you can have a better score because the analysis is made on the quality of the page, but not on the usage of them. So I think it's the reason why we have a low score on environmental score.
And maybe we analyze this with when the videos were activated. So there are videos on the portal, and maybe when we take the analysis, the videos were activated. There is an option to deactivate the videos, and it's more efficient, of course.
One last question. Okay, so I will have a question. For once, I can ask a question. How Fruggr approaches is similar or different with the greenIT.fr EcoScore?
Very tricky question. Thank you. I think the main difference is we are crossing data from very different origin. We are providing some new feature on the road, like we are working on what we call functional units to make it possible to automate navigation through a site for different pages. So to click on the button, to buy a ticket, or to make a purchase or something, and to make it possible to compare functional units between two competitors on the same market, for example, and to choose the best efficiency between two actors.
And so maybe my last question, the criteria themselves, are they different, or basically you embedded greenIT.fr criteria and you added more criteria and more features, or is there a few criteria where the methodology is not aligned between you and them?
No, I think greenIT is making a reference on it, so we basically based our reflection on it, because it's guidelines for everyone, and we have to provide some recommendation from it, but we try to have different approach on some subjects, for example API, but yes, it's reference for us.